everybody. Today is the heart, the Anahata, and that is upper back and arms. So join me, we'll get started. So let's start with some mobility. I prefer to stretch first and then strengthen. So you're going to slowly come down, cross your left knee over your right. So my left leg is on top. And then I'm going to roll to the right side. Make sure your knees don't hurt. You can separate them if you want, but really you want these hips to be stacked. Hold your rib cage as your left arm goes up towards the sky. I'll turn this way so you can see some. Lengthen out the back of your neck, and then you're going to rotate. I'm holding the rib cage so that the lumbar does not rotate, and only the upper back turns as I lower the arm down. The most important thing here is the ball of the humerus, or this arm bone. This ball does not point up like this. If you see this ball in your peripheral vision, this is awful. You've got to get rid of that. The shoulder has to come back and down. And then you can move from a T shape to a Y shape, even overhead. If this is too much for your shoulder, you can always bend at the elbow, and that'll decrease the weight at the shoulder. Take long, deep breaths. Breathe into your hand on your ribs. Pec major, pec minor, and upper back. You can also, so the palm needs to be up, but if you move down below 90 degrees, down by your hip, if you turn the palm down, like the thumb down towards the floor, and bend your elbow, that's an interesting stretch too. So just play around with it. As we hang out here, because we need to be here for about 2 or 3 minutes on each side, I wanted to read what I talked about yesterday, and that was the inaugurational speech of Nelson Mandela. This little paragraph has been replicated a gazillion times at every college graduation and like inspirational kind of speech. So it's been picked up as very powerful. Well, Nelson Mandela's presidential inaugural speech tells you that it's very powerful. Now, Nelson Mandela did not write this. It was taken from Marianne Williamson. She wrote it. But she was doing an expose on A Course in Miracles, which was written by a Jewish woman. Well, she was half Jewish, half Lutheran, and she was not raised very religiously, but she had a lot of mystical experiences, although I know this is a lot of background, but it's really interesting. She was a psychologist at Columbia University in New York, which is an Ivy League school. And she was, super smart lady on lots of boards and everything, but she started channeling what she believed was Jesus. And that's what A Course in Miracles is. She's considered a modern day prophet by a lot of people. So I'm just telling you where this work came from. It's not Nelson Mandela. If you believe in channeling, it's from Jesus or an expose on that. Big, deep breathing. But the paragraph fits exactly what we're saying. And back to, I'm always saying it's the same wine in different bottles. Once you learn this concept, you'll go, the false self, true self concept we've been talking about, you'll see it everywhere. And you go, oh, this is what they're talking about. Nice. Release. Use your abs, tighten your abs to lift your knees, and then we're going to go the other direction. So right knee over left, roll to the left, all the way over. Right arm up to the sky, hold your rib cage, and then allow your arm to open up. Again, don't allow this to happen on the shoulder. This shoulder must go back, and the blade slides down the back. This should be flat. And you do want the shoulder off the mat. Float the arm. Wherever you feel tension, hang out there. Big deep breathing, and I'll read this to you. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. So in the terms of what we're doing is the false self does not frighten us. We love the false self. That's kind of the ego self of pride, greed, self-entitlement. We're okay with all that. We're okay with the dark side. It's the light side that scares us. Now I'll continue reading. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, or fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And even this quote contributes that to 1994 inaugural speech of Nelson Mandela. It's hugely misquoted, the source. So I understand if this work is getting very challenging, because as we uncover the light, remember the spirit or the chakras are the different colors. So red at the tailbone, orange, yellow at the belly, and now we're green at the heart chakra. These are the colors of the rainbows. They are the color of refracted light, and we are bringing those colors together. And when all those colors come together and shine their true light or their true color, they make white light. We diffract them. We bring back the light. So the universal truth here at the Anahata is unconditional love, which is the currency of God. And the deadly sin or the shadow passion is wrath. And the grace that we use to get rid of it is fortitude, the grace of fortitude, or, persevering through something. Because the unconditional love scares us so much, we get angry instead. That chases away any chance of unconditional love. Nice. Now, pull the belly in and lift. Rock side to side. Turn the palms up, inhale. Chin towards the Adam's apple and slowly roll up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, tilt back. fingertips behind the head. One knee comes in, one leg lengthens. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Switch. Release. Rolling like a ball. Chin towards the Adam's apple. Slowly roll up. You can put your fingertips behind your knees. Tilt the pelvis. Roll back. Pull the belly towards the spine. Like you're zipping up a tight pair of pants. Two more. So you're just rolling to the mid-thoracic spine. And make sure you don't throw the legs. Use the abs. Abs, abs, abs. Nice. Let's work on the arms. We're going to start with a breathing cobra. So you're going to start low and build high. You're not going to throw yourself into a high cobra right off the bat. And if you have stenosis in your back or spondy, you're going to stay low the whole time so that you don't get into the low back. Hands, fingernails under shoulders, elbows squeeze in tight like grasshopper legs. Elbows reach towards the hips to drive the shoulder blades down the back. Squeeze the elbows towards one another. Now set the low back, belly up, away from the mat. Tailbone presses down into the mat. Legs can be hip width apart, that's fine, or you can squeeze them together. That's traditionally how it's done, but I'm concerned about the nutation of the sacral plate. So hip width apart or even wider is better. Inhale. Exhale, retract your head, make a double chin, then slowly rise in the upper back only. And down. Now with the hands, starfish, squid, and you're pulling back towards your hips to get the arms. Exhale on the movement, inhale on the pauses. Press down, pull back. High ribs move forward and lift. Mid ribs move forward and lift. Low ribs move forward and lift. Pull back with the arms and slowly lower down. Green at the heart. This back bend is right behind the heart. Pray for the grace of fortitude. Fortitude. When you are faced with unconditional love, you step into it. You don't run away. And remember, this is not personal love that we're talking about. Or it can be personal love. Love for mankind. Love for the universe. Love for the grass. Love for the flowers. Love for unconditional love. Now hold it. Pray for fortitude. Be grateful for all the things around you. Feel unconditional love for everything around you. Love for God. Love for the heavens. Love for your life. Love for the lives of others. Love for personal love. But remember, it's bigger than that. And slowly lower down. Cobra. You can walk your hands forward. Elbows are about 4 inches out in front of the shoulders, and you're like railroad tracks. Straight line, finger, wrist, elbow, shoulder. Blades down the back, belly up, tail down. Press down, starfish, squid. Pull back with the hands. Pull the heart forward. Retract your head and then unfurl the neck. As you look forward, the crease is way down low in the neck. Belly up again, tail down, pull back. Lift the elbows slightly off of the floor. Right behind the heart is bending. Belly up, tail down. Fortitude, the grace of fortitude. I am a vessel of grace. Please send me fortitude. Keep asking and you will receive. Keep knocking and the door will open. For fortitude. Replace my wrath. Annihilate my wrath. Let me walk in the gardens of fortitude. When the fire comes, I don't get angry. I move into fortitude. I walk through the fire. I don't get mad. I just walk through it. Spreading unconditional love as I go. Slowly come down. Head goes to one side. Let your body go soft. Downward boat. Same thing with the legs. Belly up, tail down. So we never sacrifice the back. It's always priority. It comes first. Cue it first. Arms out to airplane wings. Retract your head. Make a double chin. I'm hesitant. This is hard. Lift your arms up. Shoulders roll back and down. Reaching your shoulder blades into your back pocket. Belly up again, tail down. Reach towards the corners of the room. Now you're super straight on the legs. So squeeze the thighs and the glutes. And so my feet are hovering off the floor as a result of super straightening my knees. Belly up, tail down. Lift right behind the heart. Breathe like you mean it. Lift the arms a little bit higher. Fortitude into the heart. I will walk through the fire and spread unconditional love as I go. A lot of times we do walk through the fire and we spread wrath as we go. We take out everyone around us with it. No longer. I walk through the fire and I spread unconditional love as I walk through it. Now bank to the right like an airplane. And then bank to the left. Keep the shoulders high. Thumbs try to turn up towards the sky. Back to the center. Slowly lower down, head goes to one side. We're going to do it again, but the arms are in a T shape. Palms are down. Belly up, tail down. Squeeze your thighs until your feet slightly hover on the floor. Point your toes. Belly up, tail down. Retract your head. Lift your arms. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. And then arch behind the heart. Retract your head again. Breathe like you mean it. Thumbs are trying to turn up towards the sky. Breathe. That adds the rotator cuff in. Breathe like you mean it. Pray for fortitude. Please, the grace of fortitude. As I walk through the fire, I no longer spread wrath. As I walk through the fire, I spread unconditional love to everyone around me. The currency of God. As I walk through the fire, it looks effortless because I walk with fortitude. I walk with the grace of fortitude, the grace of unconditional love, or the currency of unconditional love, using the grace of fortitude. Release. And by fire, I mean all the challenging events of our lives. And we have them every day. Some are small, some are big. It doesn't matter. Remember, if you can be trusted with the small things, you can be trusted with the big things. If you start applying this to the daily small incidences that make you agitated, not even mad, you're not even to the point of wrath, but you start to get agitated. Remember this, or pray for the grace of fortitude to move through that agitation with unconditional love as opposed to lashing out at someone. The bow. Bring your feet in. You can wrap a belt around your feet and hold it, or if you can reach your feet, that's great. If you have a knee replacement, you gotta have a belt. So belly up, tail down. And you'll feel this quad stretch. It's really nice. Retract your head. Let the shoulders roll back and down. Open right. The front of your chest is widening, and the back of behind the heart is collapsing, or the shoulder blades are collapsing in towards the spine. Belly up, tail down. Press your feet into your hands to open the chest a little more. Green at the heart. Unconditional love. Fortitude. Press your feet into your hands. Open a little more. Belly up, tail down. Flatten. You want to flatten the low back. Now we're going to add to this, just lift the knees ever so slightly off the floor. Retract your head. Press your feet into your hands. Lift the knees a little higher. Squeeze your glutes, belly up, tail down. Breathe like you mean it. This is a power pose. release. Head goes to one side. I'm putting my hands under my head just because I have to talk. But you can bring your hands back by your hips if you, and I have glasses on. And you bring your hands back by your hips and turn your palms up. Yoga's tough to do with glasses on. Let's do the downward dog. So please refer to week 1 through 3 for the alignments on this. They're kind of complicated, and I'm simplifying them because I know you already saw it. So hands are shoulder width apart, middle finger point straight ahead, starfish squid. Curl the toes under, bend the elbows, squeeze them in like you're squeezing a beach ball. Arms stay exactly where they're at. They do not move at all. You just lift the knees and flex the shoulders. Now, bend your knees, lift your tailbone up towards the sky, and then work on straightening the knees. Bend the elbows, bend them and squeeze them in. Bend them, squeeze them in. Lift the tailbone. The heels do not touch the floor. They can't if your ankles are in neutral. Breathe like you mean it. Do not roll in at the feet. That's called pronation. That's an awful thing to do on your ankles. So the ankles must stay in neutral, which means you only have 20 degrees of dorsiflexion. Your heels will not touch the floor. Breathe like you mean it, and then lower down. Sit back, Eastern stretch. One more time. Hands shoulder width apart. Bend the elbows down to the floor, just an inch above the floor, because they are going to start to straighten. It's just really hard to hold that. Elbows squeeze in. Curl the toes under. Lift. Bend the knees. Open up the armpits. Tailbone goes up towards the sky. Work on straightening the knees. They're not going to go all the way straight. My hands are sliding. This is when a yoga mat comes in really handy. One more time. Elbows squeeze in and lift. Fortitude. Open the armpits, open your heart. See the green? Fortitude for the fire. Unconditional love. And release. Sit back. Tortoise. Interlace, make a steeple, reach, point the fingers point and touch the floor. Drop your head, straighten the elbows. And you can do this sitting in a chair as well. That down dog can also be done at the wall, in standing, or on a chair with your hands on the chair. While you're holding that, if you want to see what I'm talking about, you can do the down dog like this. If that floor version of it is too much for you, or even at a wall, if that's too much for you. If the floor one's hard. Ooh. And then release and roll up. And we'll get started with Tai Chi. Okay, so today we're doing open the door, repel the monkey, and brush the knee. That's the first 3 in the 8 form. You'll start by stepping out to the left. Inhale. Elbow points point down. Open the door to your soul. And then repel the monkey. The monkey's on your hand. Push it off. Find some space. The false self is in your hand, and the true self repels it. Ask for the grace of fortitude. To repel wrath. If you've ever been a wrathful person, which I think I can easily say we all are, it's very difficult to get rid of. And I'm going to argue that the only way to get rid of it is with this grace. Some things help, but it's still there. Gather up the grace of fortitude. Repel the wrath. No longer. Please, more fortitude. Repel wrath. Please, more fortitude. Give me as much as you can. I ask for it. To repel this wrath and walk in unconditional love. More fortitude. Repels wrath. Green at the heart. Now the entire false self, the entire deadly sins, all of them, all 7. Watch as the graces repel the shadow passions. Watch as the true self, the soul, repels the false self, the ego, the made-up self, the imaginary self. The false self is repelled. Brush the knee, shift, throw the frisbee. Now brush the knee and push. Take the foot, shifting to the back foot, take the foot and both arms together as you turn forward, and then continue with the torso. Chi ball, throw the frisbee, brush the knee, and repel. Chi ball. Oops, sorry. Lift the foot, bring it all in. Chi ball. Throw the frisbee, brush the knee, repel. Shift back, lift the forefoot, bring it all in together, and then continue with the torso another 45 degrees. As you shift back, chi ball, frisbee, brush the knee, repel. Shift back, lift the forefoot. It all turns in together. Then the torso continues another 45. Chi ball, frisbee, brush the knee, repel. Lift the forefoot, turn it all in together. Chi ball, frisbee, brush the knee, repel. Shift back and lift, turn it all in. So you are throwing things out that no longer serve you, away from you. Brushing the knee and repelling those things, wrath. Those things that no longer serve you. Throwing them out. Brushing the knee. Repelling the wrath. Gathering up the fortitude, gathering up the chi. Gather up the fortitude. Repel the wrath. Pray for more fortitude. As you walk in unconditional love, the currency of God. Chi ball of unconditional love. Hold it. The chi ball of unconditional love. Throw unconditional love out into the world. And repel the wrath. The Grace of Fortitude. Unconditional love. Throw it out into the world as you repel the wrath. Unconditional love, hold it, spread it through the universe. Repel the wrath. Unconditional love, hold it between your hands, spread it around your area, and repel the wrath. Unconditional love, send it out. Repel the wrath. Unconditional love of the heart. The color's green. This ball is green as you spread it around and repel the wrath. Gather up the green chi ball of love. Spread it. Repel the wrath. Green, unconditional love, the currency of God. Send out the currency of God all around. Green ball. Send it out. See the color green? I always wondered why the heart was a green color. You always think of the heart as being red. Now you can think of it as the currency of God. It's green, like money, because it is a currency. I'm no longer afraid of this currency. I use it. I use this currency. It is strong. It has power. We'll see you in meditation. Hi. Find a comfortable seated position that you like, very tall spine. Drop your jaw. Look up into your eyebrows. Look up, 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 Look up until your eyes begin to flutter. And then slowly lower the lids and lower the eyeballs as if you're looking over a balcony. And then just relax your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let your facial features drop. Set all your thoughts on a cloud and let them float away. In your mind's eye, see the room all around you. And in the corner is a staircase. We're going to walk over to it. And then let's walk down the staircase from our outer world to our inner world. At the top of the staircase, step 10. Step down 9, 8. Another step 7, go deeper. Go deeper into your interior. Step 6. Step 5. Down 4. 3, you can see the light at the bottom of the steps. 2, step 1, and then step into the light. Move into your inner landscape, whatever that may be for you. Walk through your landscape, see your castle, the spirit. The chakra system. The drawbridge is down, walk across it. And as you walk into the first level or the courtyard, pull the drawbridge up so you're secluded inside of the castle, inside the spirit. Walk through the courtyard, enter the castle to level 1. Go deeper into level 2, level 3, keep moving. And then open the corridor for level 4, the heart. Go towards the end of the hall to the last room in level 4. I want you to perceive a beautiful golden door, a beautiful light-filled door. Move through that door, and in the interior is an exquisite chapel, an exquisite holy sanctuary. You are lightness. You are shed of your reptiles. You are fully present. And in this beautiful, beautiful place, you are to receive messages from the divine. There is no work to do in here. If you are filled with a question, if you need guidance, then release that now. Release that request. And feel the guidance come through your soul, not through your mind. Receive. Say, I block nothing. I am fully surrendered. Release that force. And say, change any part of my life that you need to change. Even as I say this prayer, change my life. Even as I, in this quiet chapel within my soul, open myself to receive any guidance that I must hear at this point. I surrender. What needs to be taken from my life, or what needs to be given. Perhaps it is time for me to love someone. Perhaps you are going to send me someone to love who needs to be loved deeply, and I am ready to love deeply. Perhaps you are going to call me to a place that needs the quality of love that can flow through me now. I am ready. Be receptive now. And in this sacred place, let the feeling, the presence of the divine fill you. Be still and know that you are with God. Feel that grace move through you to those you love, to those you do not love, and to the greater sphere of humanity. You are a channel for grace. And now take a deep breath, and with great gratitude, release the prayer, I am always present to this light and to this guidance. Amen. Let it be so. I am a channel of grace. As I leave the fourth mansion, grace surrounds me and grace protects me. I enter my life under the blessing of God, and I remain open to receive guidance in my soul, safe within the grace-filled energy of my castle. Amen. I ask for the grace of fortitude. I release wrath which no longer serves me. I accept unconditional love as my currency. As I walk in fortitude. Now leaving your inner world to return to your outer world. Walk out of the castle, across the drawbridge. Enjoy the landscape. See the sights, smell the smells, feel the textures. Watch as your castle becomes a small tower, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, with all of its levels. And then place it along your spine, into your head. The anatomy of the spirit. So you're going to take your inner self with you as we go up the staircase, starting at step 1, step 2, step up 3, 4, 5, 6. See the level at your heart, the color green. That piece of the tower radiates out. Unconditional love. Step 5. Step 6. Step up 7. Step 8. You can see the outer world. 9, 10. You're back in the room. The castle is still inside of you. Recognize it. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Choose 3 blessings in your life and give thanks. As you exhale, lower your ego mind below your compassionate heart in reverence. Inhale as you rise, and namaste. The castle in me honors the castle within you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me.